Okay, no spoilers, I promise, but the Paradise finale was kinda underwhelming. And by underwhelming, I mainly mean the reveal of who killed President Bradford. It's funny because as we finished episode 6, before we get into episode 7, which is titled The Day, I sat there and I asked my wife, I was just like, how do they do these type of shows? These are the shows where something big has happened, and then as things are going on, they reveal little plot beats that go into the actual reveal of what happened. So I was asking, do they write the reveal first, or the incident, and then do they go back and fill in, or do they write these episodes in the order of which they were released? She then at that point reminded me that I'm the writer of the family and asked me what I would do. And I would do that. I would go ahead and write the event and the reveal, especially if it's a murder mystery like this show is, also the reveal of the murderer, and then go back and write the little plot piece in between, which I believe they did, except for when it comes to the reveal of President Bradford. I said no spoilers, and I'm gonna keep it that way, but they reveal in the final episode who killed him. But they also wait until that episode to give us the backstory. As they're giving us the backstory, my wife figured it out. She's like, oh, it's that person. I was just like, no, because that person should be locked up under maximum security if that's the case, which it ties back into a plot beat from earlier in the season. And that's the issue. Like I said, trying to keep this as vague as possible. But me personally as a writer, I would have done the backstory of the killer in the plot beat that came earlier in the show. Because then you would have people like me who are sitting there going, no, that person should still be locked up. And then we get the reveal of how they got released. And the show themselves kind of knows this, because when Xavier tells Sinatra who killed the president, she's like, oh, well, how? And he just goes, oh, it's a long story. So the fact that the writers themselves wrote that in there knew that they should have probably did more with the reveal of who the murderer was. I kid you not, I loved every moment of the show except for the murderer reveal, which to me, the reveal of the murderer makes the finale in general underwhelming, because they even show what President Bradford did on the day with the nuclear codes in the finale, which then adds to his death being more impactful, because he really was a good guy who just wanted to make the best choices and didn't always do that. But he was willing to atone for it, and unfortunately was murdered before he got the chance to. The story is still good, and the reveal still shows the message of the show, which is the idea of how do we hold the rich and powerful accountable for the atrocities they commit against the rest of us. But also, what choices do the good people in power have to make to keep the peace? It's a show that shows us both sides of the coin without overwhelmingly making us choose a side. It does, of course, lean more towards the little people, but again, nothing is ever black and white. There are always shades of gray. But throwing the reveal of the murder at us in 20 minutes, spread it out. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, I am Upcoming Author. Thank you for getting caught up with me on my favorite media. God saying the same. I will catch up with y'all later. Peace.